Style takes too long. I can't fit anything. I have nothing in this closet. Oh, I'll just stay home. I need to purge my closet. Oh, but not that dress. Yo, Taylor here. If you ever thought to say one of these phrases, then this show is for you. Join me at the Style Table where we'll have candid and fun conversations about real women's style issues and wardrobe dilemmas. We will discuss solutions and ideas that will give you a big sigh of relief. You'll learn ways to save money, make money, and enrich the lives of others with the clothes in your closet. We're going to take the stress out of your style. Hey everybody, it's Yo Taylor back here at the Style Table. I'm here with the lovely Nancy Azeez. She is a CEO of Red Onyx Consultancy. She is a customer experience consultant. How fabulous is that? You know, we all like our customer service, right? She gives companies and corporations and individuals tips on and advice on how to do that the most effective way for their business. Welcome to the show, Nancy.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Yolanda, and thank you for having me.
So tell us about what does a customer experience consultant do? How do you do your business? How do you work it?
Sure. So this is a position that's multifaceted. And for me, I chose to concentrate on working with small businesses and offer them the customer experience training, especially for the owners and their staff. What I realized in my research is that a lot of small businesses, especially mom and pop businesses that are spending all their money and time and blood and sweat in business, they go in, they have everything that they feel they need, but then they lack that customer experience, that customer service aspect of their business. People think that it's just about smiling at people, welcoming them in, and having a great product or a great service. But that will only get people in the first time. But then what systems do you have in place? Do you know how to get people to come in? Do you know how to turn one customer into a raving fan, into a happy customer? Do you know how to handle conflict? So that is what I do. I go in and I teach them the full customer experience journey and make sure that when I walk out of their business, when I leave, that they can succeed and they don't have to compete on just dropping prices and coupons and things like that, but they have the actual customer service systems and processes in place so that they can fight with it, or not fight with the competition. They can beat the competition. And of course, people love going to a place where they are loved and appreciated. So I teach that as well.
So I love that you said, so you don't have to fight with the competition. You can be your own competition by delivering services and that extra customer service, that touch, that personal touch that brings people back. Because I'm always dealing with personal shopping for my clients. And, you know, when a client calls me and says, listen, they did not deliver my goods, you know, I calling and I have to deal with them. And so there are certain stores that I deal with more so because I know they're going to deliver. They care about that customer, even though it's a one customer, they care about that.
Yes, and that one customer can multiply and become many, or in a good way, or they can multiply and become many in a bad way, where they can tell everybody not to step foot into a business because they had one bad experience. So I teach companies how to avoid that situation.
Yeah, because word of mouth, that was how my business got started, is word of mouth. And so some of that matters. They can be, your customer can be your best marketing tool, right?
Of course, yes. Yes, definitely. That is what you want. That is the cheapest, as we know, way of marketing, is just having your current customers be your mouthpiece, where they tell everybody how much they love you, and they send people to you without you having to spend, countless amount of money on marketing.
So let me ask you this. Um, do do you also teach about how to automate this system of yours? Is it when you're teaching and coaching and consulting, are there platforms or is there just a method that you use that you know works every single time?
So it's both. So there is a method that I use with every company, and of course, I tweak it to fit the particular needs of each company that I work with. But also, I try to automate things where when I'm done with them, depending on whatever my contract is with them, I do not want them to depend on me. I want them to have the tools necessary to be able to teach and to be able to do everything that I taught them how to do. So I love automation. I teach them, hey, let's get the right CRM systems, whatever we need to do, but I want you to succeed. And even after I'm gone, and I love to be part of my clients' success stories afterwards. And so I make sure that they have all the tools that they need. If not, then we have to repeat, and that's not good.
So when a customer is like upset and there's just no turning back, what's your advice for that? Do you just kind of let them go, just say, or do you just keep fighting for that one client or that one customer, or what's the threshold in general, just a general example
Sure.
of when you
So,
just say,
right. To be honest with you, there are customers that there are times where you have to let them go. My threshold is, hey, if we have wronged you as a business, for example, it is up to the business owner and their staff to do everything they can to make this customer happy. Listen to them. It's not just about,
mm-hmm,
hey, but the biggest word is listening to the customer and why they have a complaint. And if you can solve the complaint, make sure you communicate. A lot of businesses do not communicate when they drop the ball and they assume that, hey, that's just one customer. We don't care. We're going to get more. But we know what can happen with just that one customer when they tell everybody how much they don't like you. And so I say, hey, listen to them, communicate expectations with them, and be realistic with how you can help them. But personally, when a customer gets very abusive, very rude, and there's nothing I can do to help them, I advise let them go. Not everybody is your customer. Not every money is good money. Let them go if it becomes abusive.
exactly, because I would imagine with social media, you don't want to end up in just exhausting yourself in a social media
Mm-hmm.
war with someone who decides to tweet something awful about you or whatever. All you can do is apologize and offer them something to remedy the problem. If they don't
Mm-hmm.
want that, then all you can do is say thank you for your patronage and move on, because
Yes.
you'll beat yourself up, especially as a small business, because those
Mm-hmm.
things can be devastating when you're new in business.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I worked for a major airline for 31 years, and
Wow.
talk about the nonstop customer service training. It was JD Power, JD Power. We are all about, we're going to get, we want to be the best airline there is. And I will say they did it. And I always loved my company. I do have to give a shout out to Delta Airlines. Yes, they
I did.
taught me what they definitely, I learned a lot about customer service and taking care and listening to the
Yes.
customer
Mm.
from them. And, you're always going to have that person that says, I'm never flying this airline again. This never happens to me when I fly on another airline, and the standard line was like, okay, well, we never had this problem either when you flew that other airline, but it's okay. But, there's some people no matter what you do, they're just never going to be happy. And that's why I was asking you about that, because there's just, at some point, you're just like, I can't do anything else. I can't do anything else. Like, I can't do any circus tricks. There's just nothing else I can do except for apologize, give you something to remedy the problem
Mm-hmm.
that's reasonable. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, I have to move on. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I always tell small businesses, please stand by your employees. I've seen in a case where customers come in and just tear down employees for one simple mistake that could have been resolved. And it is up to the small business owner to see how important the customer is, but also how extremely important their employees are, and stand by them. If you have a customer coming in being extremely abusive to your employee comes first.
Yeah, you do have to stand by your employees, and especially with the Great Resignation, you need to stand by everybody. You need to retain.
Yes,
If you have
the right
good
people.
people and you know that they're doing good work, and some people, it's just been my personal experience is that it's not that people are necessarily upset with that employee; they're upset about something
Hmm.
else that was going on in their life,
Yes.
and that person that's just standing there in a uniform or standing there in your logo and business, and at that moment they become an easy target to
Hmm.
vent. So
Yes.
it's usually something else. And do you do you recommend companies kind of like help build relationships or help them build a is there, like we used to call it verbal judo, techniques to help companies or businesses uh, overcome those things or see those things before they happen?
Yes, of course. If you have the right systems in place and you have the right training for you and for your employees, you will be able to see some of those things before they happen, or even before things get escalated to a bad level where you can no longer come back. And so that's where, consulting comes in, where you train your employees to have the right eyes, and also just to be able to read customers. A lot of those things is just all about paying attention to the customer, being passionate about what you do in the business, and also knowing how important these customers are to you and having the right training in place. If you have the right training and the right people, you can anticipate a lot of these things before things get ugly.
So you guys, if you're in business for yourself, if you are hiring your marketing people, which are great, you
Hmm.
definitely need this because you don't, when you were talking about, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. How much do we need you? A lot. Because if you can keep that one person's like a megaphone, actually,
Hmm.
an social media megaphone can do great things for your business, right? So,
Yes,
I mean, just the value, I'm realizing now, as a small business myself, I mean, I'm still learning and growing. And just to have a business like Red Onyx come in and give something to the little guy, to the small businesses, to the sole proprietors,
yes,
the smaller businesses who really could use this system to change their trajectory and
absolutely.
increase their volume. I just love
Yes.
what you said. Be your own. You can be your own competition.
Yes, yes, yes. You do not have to compete with the big boys and spend so much money and time doing coupons and discounts here. You're gonna basically go under if you keep doing that. But people love friendly customer service. They love when you know what you're doing and you solve their problems. They're gonna keep coming back all the time.
This is okay. You have given me life. This is phenomenal. This is such a great conversation. I love this. Now it's time to talk about your style.
Uh-oh.
So when you're doing these, okay. So first off, you look fabulous. I love
Thank
that
you.
top. I love the
Thank
blue
you.
on you. Your hair, everything looks fabulous.
Thank you.
When you're doing your presentations, what is your typical style? What do you typically show up in?
So I believe in simplicity, but sexy and beautiful. Um, I've never been the person that, I mean, you see me coming from a mile away. When I do step in the room, you will know that I'm there. And
Boom.
so my style has always been very simple. I believe that whatever I wear does not make me, I make it. And so whatever I put on I make the outfit come out. I make the outfit beautiful. And so I always go for simple that will just accentuate and make me even look even more beautiful. I hope I don't sound vain.
No,
um,
no. But that's it. That's why I said, boom, that's it. That's what you want. When you walk in the room, you want to look like, pow, boom, I look good. And because it doesn't matter what you have on. It does matter what you have on. But if you're not really feeling it on the inside and you don't have that self-confidence,
yes.
it's just a cover.
Yes.
It's just a cover. And then you also need to know exactly what it is that you're putting on that makes you feel powerful.
Yes.
So it's a combination.
Yes.
So
it's
it
honestly
makes it
getting dressed on purpose.
Exactly. So when you get dressed, okay, I'm going to put on this. My style is more minimalist. I just come in because I know that underneath I'm the prize. And so when you walk in, you don't need a whole lot. It's more about your attitude along with the style. That's the one I call it, the 1-2 punch when you walk in the room. Yeah.
Yes, you have to exude confidence. Yes. If you're confident, you could walk in there with the craziest thing and you're confident and you strut in there and everybody would see and look at your crazy stuff and be like, man, I want one of those, But it's all about confidence. You make the outfit does not make you. So I always choose for simple.
I always say less is more. You can always layer with lots of stuff if you need a lot of this and that. Start simple and then add on to it. Yes. And it also stretches your wardrobe.
Yeah.
When you have pieces that because you can build and add onto those pieces and you can wear them different ways. So when you take photographs, you don't have to go, oh my God, I wore that last time. No, just throw something else over and keep it moving.
Absolutely.
And save your money. Yes. Save your money. I'm all about saving the money and looking good.
Yes, I agree.
All right, Nancy, can you please tell us how we can get in contact with you?
Sure. Thank you so much. So to get in touch with me, you can definitely visit my website, which is www.redonyxconsulting.com. Or you can also send me an email, nancy@redonyxconsulting.com.
And you guys know where you can find me, Yoti at thestyletable.com. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at The Style Table, LLC. And you can see this and many other videos of superstars like Nancy on my YouTube channel at The Style Table, LLC. See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.